How y'all like that? I was feeling funky. Feeling. Whoa, oh, whoa, whoa, stop, stop. Hey, when the light goes on, you stop the band. That's right. You never know what's going to happen on this $1.25 tree production setup here. Man. Well, here we are. Here we are. Sunday night. Chilling. Glad to be back with y'all. Yeah, this Jordan Page South Coast Canes. So here, workforce. What's up? What's up? Crip, my man, Phil, Swag, Romano, and Sage X. Yeah, I'm just giving everybody some nicknames going on here. Nah, dude, I just mixing it up. Mixing it up. I was gonna try a new little intro countdown, but I was working last night. I didn't wake up till about noon, 1 o'clock, and then that watched the Mexican Grand Prix, and here we are. So y'all know what this is about. Y'all already know what this is about because watching that game, I was able to saw first part of it and then went, kind of pieced it here and there. Uh couple of things. Well, first off, last week after the Clemson game, those of y'all that I was fortunate to have here fellowshipping with us. We talked about, I think, what was the last time we got together? Thursday. Yeah. Uh, the quarterback controversy. And yesterday I was, before I left for work, I was watching the game, checking in on the live stream with Coop just to see what was going down. And man, it turned into a shit show. I mean, yeah. I, I mean, I'm not, uh, making light of anything, but it's just hilarious. Uh, Good question, Crip. I'm getting to you, Phil. Hang on just a second, Phil. Yeah, Crip. I'm not. This isn't this isn't the quarterback controversy show. I'm not really giving it much credence, but it is something that you know is what it is. Oh, so yeah, Bane, man, that dude there, bro. Bane is gonna. I'm telling you, man, he's gonna go down as one of the greats, man. One of the greats. Oh, and how about Leaping Allen? Man, did y'all? I saw that play. I'm like, man, when Allen leaped that guy and made that touchdown, I'm like, man, that's going to be one of those runs that you see on highlights probably for the next 20 years at least. You know? Oh, but yeah, Bane, man, I tell you, that Bane is something. And he's just a freshman, dude. He was at high school ball this time last year. Oh, that dude, he's only going to be here for probably another. He got this season and probably two more, and he's jetting to the NFL for first round draft money. Plain and simple. Oh, another good positive was the offensive line did really well. Running game had moments. It was good to see Mr. Fletcher back on the field. Uh, but two things that really stood out to me that I mean, it's the defensive backs, in my opinion, they are still our Achilles heel. One thing I did notice about some of them, uh, is that a lot of them sit there and wait for the runner to come to them instead of charging ahead and making the tackle. I noticed a lot of that. And then the DBs getting moves made on them, you know. Uh and if I'm not mistaken, I really haven't studied the stats. I'm not a big stats person, but uh they only targeted that one receiver, you know. And of course, we cannot ignore the elephant in the room with the quarterback play of everybody's favorite Miami quarterback right now, Tyler Van Dyke. What you think, Phil? Talk to us, Phil. What's on your mind tonight?
I'm only gonna. Oh, first of all, is the mic good?
Yeah, I think you're good. I got you.
Are you asking about the quarterback?
Well, just what's your take? Uh, if you had to give your
Which
opinion on the game yesterday, what you got?
I mean, I was hoping we won by more, but a win's a win, of course. I'll take the win no matter if we win by 2, 20, 50, 100.
Right.
Of course, he freaking that when he jumped over the player, that was sick.
It was. It was.
That was,
But
I'm just happy we got him in first overtime.
I know. I know. Now look, I'm like most everybody else. I I am a win is a win. I'm not saying we're at the point where we got to have pretty wins. You know, we're not at the point as a team or a program that, you know, we got to win right now. We can't try to look glamorous and then start nitpicking and getting upset over, well, that wasn't pretty. We're not there yet. But
We're going
yeah,
bowling now.
yeah,
Girls are
yeah,
bowling.
yeah. Gives the team some extra time to practice. Oh, thought we had workforce. I was about to introduce workforce and he left. Uh but
I'll say it right now. It's gonna be TBD the next games unless he gets injured or we play bad. They bench him.
well, here's the thing. Uh workforce was talking hokey pokey time. Well, the thing is, and we discussed this, last week, that if Tyler Van Dyke is hurt, he needs to sit. Okay. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I was under the impression, I haven't gone back and looked, but maybe y'all can help out with this. But I thought that the Clemson game was Emery's fourth game appearance.
It was his first start, if you're asking about that, but you
So
probably knew that.
I know,
I think
and maybe
let
I'm
me see.
just completely ignorant of the red shirt rules, but
Wait, it
when
was
you got 4 games, right? You can
including
only
Clemson. Then yeah,
and you now when the NCAA says 4 games, does that mean any amount of time on the field, or does it have to be? You sure I'm getting at?
because he came in from Miami, Ohio, and then he came in from the Cookman and the Temple. Well,
Yeah,
blowouts, but still.
yeah. So, and that's why we were talking. If Tyler Van Dyke is hurt, he is not doing anything good for the team. Okay. Uh and if Emory is going to be the future, so to speak, you know, why burn his red shirt? That's
First, we have to
why. And see, this is
see. I said if TBD is gonna play next season or not, like NFL if he comes back.
right. But I mean, we'll have to let next year take care of next year. We gotta look here towards
NC
NC
State.
State, which is not waiting for basketball season. By the way, I saw that
Oh
thing.
yeah, today's Sunday, and they play today the games.
They did what?
Didn't the basketball team play tonight?
I think they did have that exhibition against
I have no clue who they played.
the Technical College of New Jersey or some TN something some little place out of New Jersey. Uh I don't know if they won or not, dude. Like I said, I it was race day for me, uh but anyway, we all talked about it and I think we all had very very good opinions, very our little merry band of friends that we have here in our little gatherings. I find that we seem to be a little bit more down to earth, realistic, intelligent than the those knuckleheads that apparently Coach Coop seems to draw in. Poor Coop. And yeah, we all talked about it. Let Tyler play Clemson. That's his fourth game. That's his freebie. That's his last freebie. Okay. And then the thing that I don't understand is everybody's against Jakari. And I think they're basing that all on last year. But, you know, personally, I don't care. I don't care who's playing as long as it sets the team up for success. That's all. Oh, and yeah, Crip, I was gonna put something in the Discord about that last night, but I didn't. But during the game, I was starting to get that feeling that how much longer is the defense gonna hold up? You know what I mean? Because the defense had their moments, yes, had their moments, but overall, the defense held their own. And I was hoping that we didn't see a repeat of the North Carolina game, even though Van Dyke kind of picked up where he left off in North Carolina, but that's beside the point. Uh I was I'm real impressed with the defense so far this year, and hopefully it just gets better, you know. And yeah, I know I give the defensive backs a hard time and this and that, but you know, it's still the defense is still light years ahead of where we were last year at this time, you know. Uh again, this team was down yesterday and they come back, you know. Uh just wish they weren't put in those situations, you know. Turnovers, two interceptions, and on that, oh crap, which one was it? The first one or the second one? Where it must have been the first one that he threw. He was looking for Restrepo, and the defensive back for Virginia intercepted it around like the 10 or 20 or something like that. But TVD still staring down Restrepo. I don't understand that, but it is what it is. Again, this is again this uh-oh, accidentally hit the wrong button. Again, this isn't this conversation we're having is not strictly the quarterback situation. It's just the the overall aspect of everything, you know. Uh but on a side note, Phil, I see that you have got you a little Discord buddy. Because Crip and Red Solo Cup, they have a love hate relationship.
Oh, and
What's up, workforce? Oh,
Don't tell me you sober. I think you're talking.
and then Phil, I saw
I'm
some.
different though.
What was it? I don't remember
I'm
who
like
it
I'm
was.
different though. I don't fight with people. I'm like I'm not different.
Well, I mean, the dude was it
Oh, is that the
anyway?
dude who posted up the scores?
Yeah, he was putting his score predictions up, and you just kindly said, uh,
I should I
you
should
know,
have
this
said
might,
if you didn't. I should have said if you didn't know it was
yeah.
in all of them
And then
instead.
that dude just went to frack off. I'm like, man, what is wrong with people?
And it's kind of
You
my
know,
fault too because I put that thing in there too.
and of course, Phil, you came back on him, but I'm like, man, what is wrong with people today? So what? It. I'm like, man, I tell you what.
I don't even know what
But
his name was. Like I forgot. Anyway, by the way, the Miami basketball team won
oh, okay.
111 to
Oh,
54.
yeah, that sounds about right. Should be an interesting year for that. Uh, Workforce, talk to us. What is going on with you today? Tell us what you think.
I think you have to unmute him.
I didn't mute him.
Hey, sorry about that, guys. I muted myself here.
No,
Dealing
no,
with
no,
some work stuff.
no apologies necessary. Because over here at this dollar and a quarter tree production, you don't know what's going on. So, how you doing, man?
Can't complain. The Dolphins won. Canes
Yeah,
won.
yeah, yep, yep, yep.
We got
Oh
some help from Georgia Tech last night.
man, I watched the excuse me, I watched the highlights of that. I'm like, damn. And of course, you know what I'm thinking the whole time. You know, we should have beat both their asses, but that's beside the point. Uh yeah, and then Duke lost. Um, I mean, it's starting to look like the ACC is gonna be wide open, but that's gonna be what it's gonna be. We just gotta take it game by game. Oh, so yeah, when I was talking about doing this tonight, I didn't know Coop was gonna do a thing tonight. Oh,
I think it's 9 o'clock. At least my
yeah,
time, 9 o'clock.
yeah. I think it's like another hour 45, I believe. So I'm assuming it's just gonna be Coop talking and everybody chattering in the
Unless he does call-ins.
well, I don't know. I don't know. Uh I was kind of hoping he would have brought some people on live. You know, I'll
Oh,
talk,
like the that thing at when they do it the night before. Oh yeah, I know the late night.
but the thing about it, I I'm not gonna say I could care less, but it's just, man, people are just. It's like DefCon. It was like DefCon 1 on the meltdown thing with those people with Coop. And poor Coop, he's like a magnet for those
Gaddis.
knuckleheads, you know.
I just talk about Gaddis the whole time.
I mean, and I
And
guess,
then you got Melissa in there too.
yeah. Oh, and I'm gonna tell you right now. Here. This is just my opinion. My opinion. Let me tell you how it's gonna go over there tonight. You're gonna have three groups of people, or you might have. Well, no, you'll have three groups.
No, four probably, but I'll let to hear the
Yeah, you
breakdown.
might have four, but you're gonna have three groups of people. Okay. And in order for you to make any type of decent, you're going to have to be part of one of the three factions. You're going to have the Jakari Brown people, you'll have the Emory people, and then you're going to have the Tyler Van Dyke people.
Then watch your other people who don't like any of the three.
And then I guess you'll have I guess you would have four. You would have, well, maybe five, maybe
The
four.
haters. The
Well,
ones with the
uh, and I probably fall into the fourth category. I think there's like three of us where I don't care. Okay. I don't care who plays quarterback as long as it doesn't hurt the team and allows the team to succeed. Uh, any of y'all familiar with this?
You need to put it up closer. I didn't really get to see.
Are
Isn't
y'all
that your?
familiar with this?
Is that not the profile? Is that not your stream profile? For the line.
Uh, it's kind of that's gonna be my thing. Actually, this is my 20-year chip, my 20-year sobriety. So the other day, and it was on that, and Shad talked about it too in his latest video a couple of days ago. Anyway, so it's the Fanboy Anonymous, where you know it's the fanboy disease, so to speak, where you are more worried about the success or the player you like over the success of the team. In other words, if you think, if you're all about Emery, regardless of whatever. So they have the fanboy anonymous where you kind of say, I don't care. It's just whatever's good for the team. So it's kind of anyway, it's an inside thing. Oh, that's where that came from. So yeah. Oh,
I mean, other stuff. Oklahoma lost.
yeah. How about that, man? I couldn't believe that. I mean, that's like what the first time since what was it, 97, late 90s? No, 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 no. It was earlier than that. But it had been a few days since Kansas beat Oklahoma at Oklahoma. Maybe it was like 2007.
I know the people around you are getting ready for this weekend because it's Bama, LSU.
That's this weekend?
Yep.
Oh,
I think that's college game day. I think this weekend.
I didn't know that. All I know is Miami's playing NC State at like, what's it, 8 o'clock
Oh yeah,
Eastern?
it's another ACC prime time.
Well, I think it's going to be a good game. I think it's going to be a good game.
It might
Uh,
be another one of those like when the ACC network comes down to watch us again. Kind of game.
well, as long as they don't turn the ball over, we'll be all right. You know.
I am looking
So,
forward to see Notre Dame Clemson though.
oh, Notre Dame gonna waste them. Clemson's hurt. So, all right, workforce, jump on in. Life's not a spectator sport. Tell us what's on your mind tonight. What you want to talk about?
Where do we start, man? Oh my god.
Dealer's choice. Just find something and let's roll with it. I'm pretty sure I know what you're going to talk about. So let it ride, dude. That's why we're here.
Whoever we pick as far as quarterback, just stick with them.
Right. Now,
We
now don't.
cannot have the quarterback hooky pokey.
Well, I think everybody's in agreement that Tyler is quarterback number one. You know, for the most part. For the most part. And a lot of people, for the most part, or if TVD's hurt, he needs to sit down, and then that's where the fun begins.
So if he's hurt, I'm fine with that. But if we're just doing it to send him a message, that's how you lose the locker room.
Oh yeah, most
Real quick,
definitely.
even if you're 6-2, that doesn't matter.
No, no, not at all, not at all. And that's the big mystery. That I mean, we know TVD's banged up. He's got like splints on his finger and the knee brace, the leg brace thing, and then God knows what he looks like underneath that jersey from those hits he took against North Carolina. And again, you know, I made mention of this earlier, but or yesterday, because I was back and forth between Coop and Discord and all that other crap. But to me, this Miami team is functioning different after the bye week. Before the bye week, they were like a well-oiled machine. They were out there taking care of business. Now, granted, you can get into the competition aspect, but it doesn't matter. It's like they were going out there. taking care of business. And then they come out after the bye week, and this is like a whole. There, it's like it's a tale of two teams. I mean, am I the only one that's seeing that? Oh, Phil moved out. But I mean, you understand what I'm saying, workforce?
I understand that, but if you think about it, last year this was a complete 180. Uh, and years prior, we go into the bye week, we lose, we fall to pieces and crumble. This year it's the opposite. They're finding ways to win ugly games. I think we only beat UVA on time of possession.
Maybe.
Everything else they were statistically better than us.
And yeah, you're right. Now yeah, that's one good thing. That's probably to me one of the most positive aspects is the fight in the team. They don't give up. But it's just from what I'm saying is just like, okay, we'll go with the obvious elephant in the room. I mean, TVD has been a total different quarterback, you know. The running game has been a little different. We was kind of spreading the ball. I don't know. It just seems like ever since the bye week, it just seems like it's a different. They just behaving different. But yeah, they are still being gritty. They still getting out there and trying though. And then also, what happened to this when you play conservative, you play to lose, or if you go conservative, you lose. What happened to that mentality? You know. Now, granted, I understand the uh the Georgia Tech thing. Okay. But it seemed like ever since then they've been scared. They've been afraid. Uh like the Clemson game.
And
At
they're
least take
bashing him for it. So the Georgia Tech thing, you can't take a knee. He takes a knee 2 weeks in a row, and they're still giving him crap for it.
right. But you know, I'm not I'm not I'm not arguing the Georgia Tech elbow gate, fumble, no fumble, take a knee, don't take a knee. But it's like after the Georgia Tech game, uh, fast forward to Clemson, you had a chance. I mean, you had time to at least take a couple of shots. At least try something to get in the field goal range. And then against Virginia, try something. You know, I mean, because if you're gonna do a running play, just make sure you put both hands on the ball. You'll be all right. You know, you're not looking to be, Barry Sanders out there in the last 10 seconds to run 60 yards, but at least try something. You know,
I think who was it? I think it was Kansas. Kansas had to go for it on fourth down
yeah,
4 times to win that game.
yeah, exactly. And I mean, I'm not saying you got to roll the dice all the time.
No, but he used to do that. So he did that
Yeah,
last year, and people gave him crap for it.
right. And it's
And
like
this year, he's not doing it, and they're still giving crap.
crap.
All the comments yesterday and today were, "Where do the balls go? Mario has no cojones.
Well, I
Scared
mean,
energy."
and the only reason why I bring it up is I'm not part of that. Last year you should have this. I'm not part of that crowd, but I'm just saying, you know, you talked all this early in the season about uh you play conservative, you play to lose. That's all I'm saying. Uh I mean, at least take a shot to the end zone, a Hail Mary, at least throw it up. Somebody will catch it, because I don't think it would make a rat's ass difference. But it's almost like last week and this week, they were just playing not to lose at the end, you know. But then again, I'm just sitting here. You're just sitting here. Phil's sitting here. Crip. I mean, we're all just sitting here on YouTube, So we're not the ones getting paid the millions of dollars to make those decisions. But I just I just hope they're not playing scared and coaching scared. I mean, I know they're not, but I'm just saying. Oh man. Oh, but other than that, I mean, I thought it was a pretty good game. If you take away the turnovers, of course, things could have been different. But that dang Virginia team, man, I had a bad feeling it was going to be close. I really did, but I went into denial mode. That's why I made the 40-10 comment. But I'm gonna tell you what, these teams they're coming in to play Miami. They're giving everything they got, dude. I'm telling you. Uh but then again, like we talked about Virginia played and beat North Carolina last week. Speaking of North Carolina, I saw that hit that old Trez dude took. That receiver for North Carolina at the end.
Welcome to the big leagues.
I'm like, I saw the highlight and I saw him catch it, and I saw that cornerback come. I'm like, ooh, I even kind of tensed up a little bit, and he boom nailed him. I mean, I'm not taking delight in anybody's injury, but that was a good football play. I mean, if you're a defensive guy, that's the hit you want to get. Again, no disrespect, not being hating or anything, but man, that was a hit. But I tell you what, though, them Georgia Tech fans, they were happy. Kansas. Oh, and then I also saw too, uh, Arizona pulled one out against Oregon State. That was another one of those uh teams that weren't supposed to win. So some pretty good games yesterday.
USC. Oof.
Man, was that a defensive struggle or what? You know? Oh, yeah, I'm like, I saw the score. I think it was at the time I saw the score, it was like in the 30s. Then I saw the final score was like what, 50-49 or somewhere around that neighborhood. I'm like, good God. You know. And then
Oh yeah, Gators got beat up.
well, yeah, that's to be expected. Oh, oh,
Penn State barely gets past Indiana.
and that poor Shamar Sanders, dude, that poor kid, he's getting beat up. Honestly, great kid, great athlete, good, very great, good quarterback.
They
But
hurt the Colorado too much.
but man, that poor dude, he's getting destroyed.
I mean, Travis Hunter got 2 picks, I think, yesterday.
And they were playing UCLA, but
They got Oregon State next, so that's gonna be.
should be interesting. Should be interesting. Of course, the Pac-12 better live it up now because they become the Pac-2 next season. I guess they'll just
Which
play
those
one
2 teams are
conference.
probably gonna leave.
Oh yeah.
Wouldn't that be funny? Just the 2 of them, and then they race each other automatically. At that one.
Well, I
They
mean,
win one.
we laugh, but do you still have the Pacific Athletic Conference or whatever it stands for? I mean, do you just make it the Pac-2?
The one loss, maybe the one win Stanford's in it.
Yeah. I mean, does that still get recognized, for whatever as a
That's
as a
almost like
Power Five?
independent then.
Yeah, they're just going to disband it or what? I don't know, but that is pretty crazy.
Yeah, no, wait, Stanford and Cal are going to the ACC.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
that's
not.
at Stanford.
I'm
Oh,
not.
isn't Washington State the one who's still going to be in the Pac-12?
I think it's Washington State and Oregon State. I thought.
Oh, 2 teams aren't that bad.
I mean, they just play one game. And that's okay. Conference champion. Even for like basketball,
Oh,
just
that's true.
play each other. Okay, you win that game, you're in the tournament. Okay, take the rest of the year off.
And you get, let's say, four non-conference, of course.
But yeah, I don't really want to get into the realignment talk because,
But you are good with SMU, right?
dude, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I won't be good until Miami gets out that ACC because call me what you want, say what you want, but my opinion is it's obvious that the refs are against us in football. You know, oh, they don't like us. But then again, unless you're in, the Carolinas, they're not gonna like you anyway. I'm just tired of the ACC. I really am. Oh, as far as football goes, basketball and baseball, it's pretty good, but not with the football.
That's a whole other topic. If you bring up him going to the SEC now.
Well, that's just my personal preference. I'm sure everybody else has their own. I mean, my me wanting Miami to go to the SEC is a personal bias. It benefits me. But
Oh, fine. You don't want Big Ten to go to the snow games
no, 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 no,
or
no.
Big 12.
But when I guess what really put the bad taste of the ACC in my mouth really bad was when they let two West Coast teams come to an Atlantic conference. You see what I'm saying? That's just
Well, if they're going to bring up us to SEC, then we automatically have one non-conference game scheduled every year, FSU. I mean, yeah.
right. And even SMU, they're in freaking Dallas, dude. They're nowhere near the Atlantic Ocean. I don't. Maybe I'm just an old disgruntled dude, but
Why don't you just bring UCF to the ACC instead?
right, that would make
Or
more sense.
I think
I
they're in
mean,
the
it's
Big
supposed to.
12 anyway.
It's in the name, Atlantic Coast Conference. We're
Or
on the Atlantic Coast.
maybe FAU. If you really want to get it.
You know, but again, I mean, again, we can kick that can around all we want, but it is what it is. So I was I was wondering, what do y'all think right now? You know what I'm saying? I feel like Joe Biden here. Uh, so what's y'all's early thoughts on the game coming up Saturday night against North Carolina State? Talk to us, workforce.
I think they're like us. It depends on which North Carolina state shows up. It could either be a dogfight and we're gonna have to scrap it out, or we go in there and walk all over them.
Right, right.
Depends on Tyler or TBD, NC State, or the other NC State. I really don't know what to make of it anymore.
I completely understand. All right, Phil, give us your expert opinion.
Oh yeah, NC State's coming off the win against Clemson. I looked at it. I don't remember exactly who they lost to, but I think it was their biggest games they lost to. I think on their schedule.
Let's
I think
see
so.
here.
I think they lost to. I think there's three losses. I think I'm 100% sure.
They had a good one in the beginning of the season. It came down to the very end.
I know they lost to Duke.
Louisville. There we go.
Oh yeah, Louisville, Duke. I don't think they played Florida State. So what was the third one?
All right, so looking at their schedule for North Carolina State, they opened up with the win against UConn. They lost to Notre Dame.
Oh yeah, that was
Ooh,
their loss. Yeah.
and then they beat VMI and they beat Virginia. They beat Virginia by 3. 24-21. Take that for what it's worth. They lost to Louisville by 3. They beat Marshall. They lost to Duke 24-3, and then turn around and beat Clemson in regulation. They beat Virginia in regulation. Uh, well, we all know they won by 7 against Clemson. So, yeah, I'm right there with y'all, man. I mean, it's kind of hard to say. I think it's going to be a real good game. Be honest with you. We got a log jam of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 6 teams in the ACC with 2 losses. Uh Miami's at 2-2 in the conference. NC State's at 2-2. So you know it is what it is. I don't think they have any. I don't think they have any point spreads or lines out just yet. But I mean, yeah, just looking at the schedule, it's I think this could be another one of those 20-20 going to overtime games. But yeah, I agree with what y'all saying. First off, just stop turning the damn ball over. You know, try to. I mean, and really, kind of hard to get the running game established when you throw a pass over 20 yards, it gets intercepted. You know, um, but yeah, it should be a good game. I think it's going to be a real good game. Of course, uh, I'm sure there's going to be talk of Miami looking ahead to Florida State week after next, but I doubt that. Uh, and I know everybody's excited for the Florida State, but I mean, if this team does, if we get rid of the turnovers, the interceptions, it'll be all right. Just my opinion. Uh, because what is it workforce? TVD's got what 7 interceptions in the last 3 games he played, or something like that.
7 or 8, I think it was.
Yeah, it's like a lot,
Yeah.
you know. Uh it just seems like his timing and his throws just haven't been as. I mean, he has moments. He has moments. Don't get me wrong, but it's crazy stuff going on. If I didn't, I don't want to put the 10-4 hat on, but if I didn't know any better, I think maybe he's on that fan duel. I don't know.
Oh my god. Yeah, I
Nah,
can
it's
see
not.
that. Nah, I can see that too. So the one thing that nobody talks about, which people should talk about, how much of this is on TBD versus all the other receivers?
Oh,
What
and
if
yeah,
what if
you
the only reason that he throws it to Restrepo is because he knows Restrepo is gonna make a play on it? He
and
can't
you're
trust
right.
anybody else to make a play on the ball.
Right. Now again, as a disclaimer, I'm not saying it's all TVD's fault. I'm not in that group. But yeah, you know, yeah, I mean I think I said something on something yesterday, but yeah, Restrepo's going to do his damnedest to catch the ball. Now, I did hear talk about this on other shows, but we don't know. I don't know because I haven't been to any of the games, but what are the other receivers doing? Speaking of which, we had a tight end catch yesterday.
We had
Oh,
an Arroyo sighting,
that's
and as
right.
soon as he was in there, he was gone.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, but yeah, I mean, I don't know what the I don't again, the first part of the season before the bye week, Jacoby George, Colby Young, got a little Harrell in there, of course, Restrepo. And then now it's like, yeah, who was that? George last week. They had those catches at the end for against the Clemson game. But in other words, uh are the receivers running the routes right? Are they trying to get open? Uh is TVD just keying in on Restrepo because he knows he's going to catch it? I mean, I don't know. But I mean, it's a lot of variables. A lot of variables. Oh, and again, I'm just talking about it, not upset, not mad, not trying to insult any of the kids out or young men, excuse me, playing the game. But one thing I do like, one positive I do like is this offensive line is giving TVD ample ample time to throw as a whole. You know, oh, I mean they have their quirks every now and then, but overall, TVD's had time. He has a nice pocket to throw in. You know, oh, now I will say this. Let's succumb to the masses. Let's say Emory starts against NC State. Let's hypothetical. You know, they have to open up the playbook. They can't just keep throwing 20 wide receiver screens. You know what I'm saying? Oh, but whether it's Emory or Jakari, whoever, if it's not TVD, somebody besides TVD, they need to have a playbook, have more plays available. But yeah, I don't know. It's I think it's a combination of a lot of things that's leading to maybe TVD's trying to force the ball because that's all he's got. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, and I sure as hell ain't gonna come on here and act like I know because I don't. I mean, I could just offer up what I think, but
So some of his throws yesterday, the one interception that he had early on,
yeah,
that was into a single coverage. What happened was he underthrew it,
yep,
and the I think it was the safety or the corner
right,
crashed it, and the two that were on top
hmm
crashed it from the top. But it was thrown
right,
into single coverage. If he puts a little bit more into that, that's an easy
right.
catch for Restrepo.
Now, in all fairness, because this is not a TVD bashing segment, no, no, no. In all fairness, is that because he
So it's some of his other throws. He does the spirals weren't as tight. You can tell there's definitely something wrong.
right?
But
That's
what
what
we
I was
don't
going
know
to.
is how much is the hand, how much is the leg. Could
You
there
know,
also be a confidence factor into it?
yeah. I mean, and that's kind of what I was going to get at. Is it uh, and this stuff about being rusty because he missed one game?
No.
He's this is his third year, okay, at Miami. He's been probably playing quarterback for God knows how long. So I mean, it's not like he missed half the season, you know. And you bring up a good point though, with the his hand, his leg, and then also if he's got that lower body or that abdomen in the ribs and stuff, when you go to throw and you turn, I mean, ouch, you know. But
So it's not the plant leg because he's a righty. So it's his
right,
dominant leg.
right,
So
I mean,
even that's enough. Just not being able to put your full weight on that.
mhm, mhm,
That's the difference between throwing a duck or a spiral,
right,
plus or minus 5 yards on a 20 yard bomb.
yep. And again, I think we talked about it the other day, but if personally, if he's not 100%, be it the hand, the leg, the ribs, the whatever, or a combination of any of them, if he's not 100%, then he just doesn't need to be on the field because I don't think it's a talent issue by no stretch of the imagination. I think TVD is a very talented quarterback. We've seen it, you know. I just think that his injuries and his confidence is shaken. I think that's his problem. And that's just my opinion. You know,
So I don't
I
I don't think it's a confidence issue. It may have been the first two games, but yesterday he never looked defeated. He didn't
right.
look puzzled. He didn't look dejected. He was normal TVD. You couldn't see anything on his face.
Of course, that's usually how he's pretty stoic about it. But
Which one was it? Was it Georgia Tech? forgot if it was Georgia Tech or UNC. There was one game where he just looked completely out of it, and he looked genuinely puzzled by what they were throwing at him.
That might have been Georgia Tech.
Yeah,
I don't know.
but
But I
other
mean,
than
even
that, he hasn't looked like that. It didn't look anything to be as far as confidence was.
right. And again, like that throw at the North Carolina game where he stayed in there and hit oh hell, who did he throw that touchdown pass to when he got leveled in the backfield? They were like on the 30-yard line or something, and he just stayed in the pocket and he threw it, and that's when he got hit in the side. You know what I'm talking about?
Brashard or
I,
Kobe, I
s- I
think
was gonna I was thinking Bashard.
maybe, yeah. The
So
one where he took a hit, yeah.
that right there, I mean that to me, that shows he still has the talent. He still has the quarterback awareness. You know what I mean? He can still do it. But and again, I'm no expert. Don't claim to be an expert. But I just don't think he might only be 80%, you know?
Here's the thing that a lot of people don't realize: an 80% TBD, you know what you're gonna get out of him.
Right.
It's ugly. You might not like it, but it's for sure you know more or less what you're gonna get out of him. A brand new Emery or Jakari, you have no idea what you're gonna get.
Hey, and you see, that's the Rubik's cube, dude. I understand. Hey, I'm with you 1,000%. I'm not saying, you know, throw TVD to the side and then just do the whole quarterback hokey pokey again. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, there's gonna come a time. I mean, all it takes is one hit and TVD's down. Okay, that's just football. And then what do you do? And I'm sure the coaching staff has that all figured out. At least I hope so. But I think honestly, just my opinion, I really think TVD should have rested another week or at least get a little bit of, maybe a quarter or so in. But and to answer your question, you talk about, you don't know what you'll get with the Chikari or an Emery. And I agree with you. But we won't know, they won't know until they get out there. Does that make any sense?
No, it does. But the thing that nobody talks about, which only very few people have talked about, is suppose you do that, you can't come back from benching TVD in favor of somebody else.
Right, right, right. Now, I'm not saying bench him. All, I hate to say bench him, but
So if he's injured, like the Clemson game, that's fine.
right. But no, not benching him. I mean, if he's got to be hurt. But I mean, no, I'm not saying, bench him for because you suck. No. I just don't think it's a talent issue. Personally, I just think he's not 100% and it's affected his throwing, you know. But yeah, I agree with it. Yeah, if you just bench him, kind of like it's like Parrish. Uh, somebody had said I think Parrish fumbled and or did he?
Somebody said that they had put him in the doghouse. I don't know
Yeah,
how true that is. I'm pretty sure he was banged up.
yeah, I think so too. But I mean, I don't know. I'm not trying to spread rumors or anything like that. But I just and then like Cheney. I mean, but then again, they probably letting them rest a little bit too. Because I mean, AJ and Fletcher, they seem to be doing all right. You know, they're doing all right. I mean, that was a hell of a run for that touchdown that Fletcher did, man. That was, I mean, that was good all the way around. He didn't quit. Dang it, I forget who the offensive lineman was that was sitting there. They were still trying to get in there. Oh, I don't know if Cheney and Parrish are just getting some rest. I don't know. A lot of thoughts and theories, but it is what it is. But no, I don't. if TVD does not start against NC State, I don't think it's a punishment. You know,
No, it's not. But the fan base is gonna. They're not gonna say it, but they're gonna look at it that way.
well, you
But
know as
you
well as
have the other side of the coin. I think it was last year. Or it wasn't last year. Maybe the year before when TVD went down. The same thing. They threw him in before he was too early,
right
and he was injured. Actually, it was last year before the Georgia Tech game. Yeah,
the
he
shoulders.
wasn't ready. He clearly should not have gone into that game.
And you see, I put that on the coaches, dude. Now I know the player's going to sit there and say, "I'm ready to go. I know I'm hurt, but I can do it, coach. I can do it. I can do it." But if as a coach, you know, you have to be, it's like, nah, we're not risking it. You know, uh, but then again, I don't want to start conspiracy theories or sound like some of these knuckleheads out there, but maybe TVD hides it in practice. I don't know. I don't know. But I just honestly, truth be told, I would rather just me. I would rather TVD sit out the rest of the season and get healed and come back next year and take our chances with Jakari and Emery instead of continuously putting TVD out there and going through the same stuff he went through last year with that shoulder. You see what I'm getting at?
Yeah, but the thing is, right? So I'm okay with that, but you gotta remember, right? So Emery played the Clemson game, but he was on a tight leash till the third
Right,
quarter when we
right,
needed him.
right.
So what have we really seen out of Emery
Nothing,
besides the spring game and a quarter and a half, maybe,
nothing.
where he was still limited. So if you're gonna ride with Emery, we got to take the bad that comes with it.
Oh,
He's
most
gonna make
definitely.
freshman mistakes,
Right.
and as soon as he does, they're all just gonna because we're delusional. Everybody's gonna rag on Mario saying he wasn't ready. Why is he seeing the field? Whatever Mario does, nobody's gonna like it.
Oh, I know, I know. And again, we can just talk hypothetically, But my concern is if Tyler's not healthy, he needs to get healed because he's just hurting himself. Now, I'm assuming from what we've seen that, as of now, TVD is number one, Emery's number two, and Jakari is number three because Jakari's on his red shirt. Okay. Now, yeah, I agree with you. If let's say, TVD goes out hurt, God forbid. If Emery is your number two as a coaching staff, well, dadgummit, come hell or high water, you better stick with him. You know, if if you think uh Jakari's number two, then damn it, you better stick with him, come hell or high water. Win, lose, or draw. You got to stay with him. You see where I'm getting at? And I got it just depends on what the coaching staff is doing. I don't know. But I just wish TVD was healthy at 100% because he would it would be awesome if everybody else is holding up their deal end of the deal on the offense, receivers and all that stuff.
And
You
that's
know,
that's part of it. Nobody was ragging on TDD the first 5 games.
right, right. But again, I don't know. I'm just I just don't want to sound like those knuckleheads out there. You know what I mean, bro?
People
Because
people are ready to anoint Emery, and what have we really seen from him? He threw 30 screens
yeah,
and one deep shot, and the
right,
one deep shot was out of desperation.
right. You know, it's like Where have all the sensible, reality based fans gone? It's like, again, tonight on the Coach Coop thing, I'll be watching or whatever, however Coop's doing it. And I could tell you right now, let's see, he's starting it at 9 o'clock Eastern. So probably by 9:15, it's just gonna be a meltdown, and
So even
some
even yesterday, he didn't even talk about the controversy. He tried his best to dance around it, and not even bring it up, and they just started going at it.
well, again, his Friday night call-in show, you know, boom. It's like, to me, the alleged quarterback controversy is basically fan driven. There is no, it's not like we've seen Tyler, Emery, and Jakari out there on the field throwing for 300 yards a game each. Okay, we're not seeing that. It's just all this made up stuff from the fans. And it's usually by a lot of the knuckleheads. You
And
know,
these are the same people saying we haven't been relevant in 20 years, calling for
and
coordinators after 1 year, calling for head coaches after a year and a half.
and it's the same group of people that I've talked about all season
Yep.
that back in August they were ridiculing everybody about, we're not going no 7-5. We're gonna suck. We're gonna go 5-6 again. We'll probably won't even win a game. And then come, September, early October before the bye week. Oh, we're going undefeated. Going undefeated. Y'all are idiots for saying 7-5. We're going undefeated. No, Crip, not you, Crip, not you. You know, and then now they're back there. Oh no, we suck again. It's. But then again, I'm sure everybody has those. But man, it is so hilarious to see that. And I really, the reason why I don't like it so much is because, like, I mean, we're all do the coop thing and stuff. And it's like you got to sift through all that bullshit to get to the more level-headed, reasonable people. You know what I mean? It's
I had to
it's
turn off his stream last night. Like, I love Coop. I had his stream and the game on another TV. I just had to turn his stream off.
Yeah, exactly. And again, nothing against Coop. It's
It
not
wasn't
his
him.
fault.
No, no, it was
It's
everybody else.
it's like he's a magnet for those, I don't want to say degenerates, dumbasses, morons. Uh I just call them knuckleheads, you know. Uh and a lot of those people, a lot of those knuckleheads, they've only been following Miami football probably for what, maybe 8 to 10 years. That's what kills me. You know, I'm not saying I'm any better than any other fan. I never get into that. But you know, again, I've been trying to follow this team for, I'm not going to tell you how many decades, but I've seen a lot. But to see these cats that have come in the last, say, 10 to 15 after even the '01 people, mostly because of age, and they come out there acting like they're experts. It's like they've seen everything and they ain't seen nothing. You know. Uh but again, y'all are cool. Y'all are head and shoulders above the rest. You know. I think we have a level-headed crew. Man, I was really hoping Bryce would have made it tonight. He may have had to work. But yeah, and again, I think a lot of it has to do with those knuckleheads can hide behind the keyboard, hide behind the screen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's crazy. But anyway, I really after watching that game, there was just so much to unpack. Of course, the the alleged quarterback situation with Tyler. I'm not so much uh not so much a controversy. I'm more concerned about Tyler's health. You know, again, if he's injured, if he's not 100%, but he can still play, then let's do the medium to short passes. Let's keep him out of trouble, you know. But if it's anything worse than that, then the coaches have to be coaches and make a decision on who's going to be the next guy up. Plain and simple.
Or piggybacking off of that, if they know that's the issue, stick to the run game.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And again, use your run game to open up the little medium. You don't have to sit. If we don't see another 40-yard, 30-yard, 40-yard pass play, that's fine. Whatever makes the team successful. You know what I mean?
Or throw a 5 yard hitch to Burchard and make a guy miss.
Anything but the screen.
Exactly.
Again, utilize the tight ends.
Or don't
Utilize
dump it into the flats like Tuz Walker yesterday.
right. Utilize the running back coming out the back. I don't know. I don't know. But it is what it is. I mean, I just crazy, crazy, crazy. And then again, like I said, the defensive backs, man, and I don't want to pick on Mr. Williams, Mr. James Williams, but it's like he waits for the play to come to him when it's time to tackle a runner. I noticed that a few times. But I will say, I will give the defensive backfield credit. They are better than what they were last year. They got work to, things to improve on, but they still doing good. But man, that damn Bane. Oh my gosh. That dude. It's gonna be a pleasure watching that young man play for the next 3 years or 2.5. And then the offensive lines come along real nice too. But that's really all I had, you know. Uh unless Workforce or Crip or anybody else out there has anything else to talk about, we can go ahead and take a break until Coop comes on. What y'all think?
Give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
All right, no problem. You know what? I gotta pee. Hang on just a second. All right, coming outside? Come on, I gotta pee. All right, all right. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Sorry about that. I had to pee. Oh, it's a bitch getting old. Um, so I guess in regards, and I'm not turning this into a Coach Coop promo show, but it would be nice if he had live people on there, not for my personal benefit. No, this is I'm nothing to do with me. Uh I would like to have him have live people in there like the old late night talk we used to do. Cause I just get tired of people hiding behind the screen. Keyboard warriors. I we've talked about this before. I've made mention before. That's why I like this. this is why I put the link in the Discord to where people can come on, even if you don't show your face. I mean, I'm sorry if you're ugly. That's okay. I'm just joking, just joking. But I prefer I prefer this type of dialogue. You know, I think that's why you just get better talk. You know, and yeah, even you too, Crip. I like having you on here. Oh, Crip, my man, Crip, my man. Nobody understands Crip. Crip gets a bad rap because nobody understands Crip. Nah. But yeah, and that goes for everybody that I'm fortunate enough to fellowship with. You know, Phil and of course Workforce, and I saw Sage X. I don't know if he's still here or not. You know, and then you got Bryce and Cajun Kane and his excitable self. I mean that. I mean that with all due respect, not an insult. You know, Son of Fire stops by. I still want to get him on here live. He just, I guess, our paths haven't crossed yet. Uh, but that's why I like this little small band of. We got to come up with a name for our group. I don't know what to call ourselves. Some people may call us morons. Some people may call us whatever. I don't care. But we got to get us a name. We got to come up with a name. I don't know what we'll call ourselves. We could call ourselves the Dollar and a Quarter Tree Production Group. How about that? Oh man. Nah, I don't know how much of that you heard, Workforce, but I was just talking about, with Coop's show tonight. And I don't want to turn this into a Coop promo bromance or anything like that, but I would like to. I was really hoping that he would do the old late night talk that we had last year that got completely out of hand. Uh just for the simple fact what we were talking about earlier, all these cats that talk all this noise and BS via keyboard warriors and sitting behind the screen. I want to hear people talk, see them talk. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Uh Shoot, really ain't much more to say because it seems like the last few weeks, ever since the bye week, we've kind of been talking about the same thing, honestly. But it is what it is. It's going to be what it's going to be. Uh, any final thoughts, Workforce?
Um, Not really. The only thing I can say is we'll be in for a fun one next week.
Oh, yeah. Now, of course, I'll be at work next week too, so I won't be doing anything. Uh, I'll probably be trying to get to the phone every so often, but yeah, I won't be able to do all this good jazz. But week after that, I'm on vacation. Florida State week, I'm on vacation. And it's gonna, as the cool kids say, it's gonna be lit up in here. I don't know what they say.
That's the one week we never have to worry about.
No, no. I
Especially
mean,
you guys as content creators. Content comes from everywhere. The week
dude,
before and the week after Florida State,
dude,
it
the
writes
the Mi-
itself.
the Miami Florida State game week in football, that for as long as I can remember. I don't want to tell you how long, but that's like the week before Christmas. That's that's the week. That's the game. And then next year we got two of them. Florida, then Florida State, which I don't want to go talking noise or anything right now, but As of right now, my game plan is to fly down and go to the Miami Florida State game. Take the wife to her first Miami Florida State football game. As of right now, I'm not saying I'm doing it, but as of right now, my plan is to fly down there and have some fun. So, uh, I'm not going to Doak. No, I'm not going there. Them people are crazy. I've never been there. I really don't want to. But uh looks like everybody done left. Crip, you still with us, buddy? If you are, or anybody in the chat, anybody in the back row, y'all have any final thoughts before we dismiss from here? Okay. Well, again, thank you, Workforce, for chiming in. Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. Always welcome. Phil, appreciate you coming in with your insight. Good stuff. Uh, thank you, Crip, my man. I appreciate you stopping by. Sage X, glad to
Sorry
see you.
about that. Bouncing in and out of work calls here at the moment.
Hey, bro, I completely understand.
What I will say though is we'll know better next week. Hopefully, how Florida State will turn out.
I still got
Because
that feeling.
it's always a rivalry. It's always close. Yes, but if we can sort out our offensive, whatever you want to call it,
I
it should be a good game. Because we match up very well their against their offensive struggles. Our
what
defense against their offense.
I really I still think Miami's gonna beat them. I still think it, but that's just me. But yeah, so yeah, thank y'all to everybody for coming in, stopping by. Uh, so again, if y'all are interested, Coop will be on in probably about 45 minutes. Should be a hoot and a half. I'm probably not going to make it through the whole thing because I'm gonna probably just get frustrated and just the hell with these knuckleheads. You know what I mean? So, all right, y'all know how it goes, man. Peace, love, and soul. Go Canes.
Go
Thank,
Kings.
thank y'all so much, man. I do appreciate y'all stopping by and spending your evening with me. Bye.